Gucci Mane went on the radio recently and said that Eminem is not the king of rap.
Man, I love Gucci. This, you know what's funny? You watching that made me remember when me and Eminem so-called had the beef or whatever, and the whole thing with Mariah. He was one of the first people like, "Hey, bro, we can go handle it." I was like, Gucci like,
wanted to handle Eminem.
Think about
on record or otherwise.
But Gucci said we can go handle it. But all the way to the fact, who was on the Obsessed record with Mariah? Gucci Mane. Obsessed was the diss record to Eminem. And Gucci, listen to his verse. If you listen to that verse, he talking that shit like, yo, it can happen. So I think
I forgot all about that.
Yeah, like Gucci been about that smoke. But
Gucci's actually one of the only rappers that has killed somebody.
Yes.
Actually killed somebody.
Yes.
And got off.
Yeah.
And rapped about it.
Yeah.
And made a diss song about,
He said,
what did he say in that one song? Said, go dig your homie up. Make sure he won't say shit.
Yeah.
Like, how about that?
Yeah.
People talk about hit him up.
Yeah.
Go listen to that song.
Yeah. And Gucci is super respected in the game for just being solid, being thorough, and not being a bully. He's not a bully.
No.
Never been a bully, but not to play with him.
No.
And I think it's funny because when you go to Eminem, like, I don't think anybody's ever thought Eminem was a tough guy. You know what I mean? Like, I don't even think he ever came off to be a tough guy. Like, even when there was so-called beef, which we didn't really have no beef, but it was just like, it was comical to me when people be like, yo, Eminem gonna kick your ass. I was like, really? Have you ever seen Eminem in person?
It was actually funny. And I remember me and Green Lantern, his old DJ, had a conversation about this. When Eminem first came out, I remember I went to one of his shows in San Francisco, and in the middle of the show, someone in the audience was like talking shit. Eminem jumped in the audience and tried to fight the guy.
By any means.
And I remember I talked to Green Lantern about this. He goes, he literally will jump on you. Like, he actually is, if his handlers aren't around, he actually, I don't know if he still is, but definitely was like that.
Yeah, okay.
I'm just putting that out there.
All right, but I'm just saying.
Now he's 45.
He can be a tough guy all he wants. My thing about it was, the point I was making, is that I don't think anybody thought of him as being a gangster or somebody that was, even in his raps, he was like, yo, I'm not that dude. I'm weird, I'm crazy.
Quirky.
But I don't think he never tried to come off like he was a gangster. But you cannot knock the fact that he is one of the kings of rap. You gotta give him that.
Yeah, his last album was great.
Yeah, like his ability is second to none.
Last album
was albums, like, he's definitely gonna go on the Mount Rushmore of rap as one of the kings. Part of the reason is because he's white. Let's just keep it where it is. Yep. But he's Elvis Presley. He's the guy that took it to another level that no other black man could take it to because he was white. But his skills spoke for themselves. You cannot negate his ability.
Well, I mean, Eminem actually responded to one of our interviews on his last album.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and in that last, the song about...
Was it Lord Jamar?
Yeah, he said, Lord Jamar, you better... Did you hear the verse?
Yeah.
He said,
I heard it one time.
He said, Lord Jamar, you better leave my ass alone before I, go into the house that you own. And basically, it was a response to Jamar saying that Eminem is a guest in the house of hip hop.
Just like in Eminem, we had a lot of people talking about, is Eminem a guest in the house of hip hop? You're motherfucking right he is. Just because he sold the most records and all of that, like...
Right.
And he goes, I'll go into your house and put my feet up on the couch.
Right.
Have you fetch me the remote. And whatever.
And then, again, I'm a huge Eminem fan of the artist. I don't know dude outside of that. But I think he is one of the best to ever do it. He's definitely in my top 5.
I think he's anyone who's into like the essence of hip hop will have to put Eminem in their top list.
You got to.
As lyricism, you know, because I remember someone, I don't think this is me sounding like a hater. I just think this is somewhat factual these days.
Right.
I don't know who this is from, but it said, when I was a kid, I listened to Kane and Rakim and think, man, I'll never be this good. Kids today hear most hip hop and think, shit, I could do that. And truthfully, they can.
Facts. Music today is not about skill. It's not about ability. It's about essence. It's about who you really are, which sometimes is more powerful than skill, because when you think about star quality, that has nothing to do with skill. It's about that aura. It's about that energy. When you step in a room, you're like, yo, that motherfucker's a star. You're not saying it based off of their performance. You're talking about their essence. And a lot of these kids tap into their essence of who they are. And that's why we focus more on their stories, their background, who they're associated with, their look. Because it's like, oh, that person looks like a star. But rock and roll has always been that. Yeah. Let's think about all the rock stars who are shit artists, but they're stars.
Britney Spears.
Oh, you said it. Britney is talented, man. Britney Spears is talented.
As a singer?
I'm as a performer.
As a performer, she's great.
Yeah, I'm talking about.
But a sing-off, a cappella between Britney and Mariah.
Yeah, but that's it. But see, I was gonna go further back. I was gonna go to someone like Bob Dylan, to where people for a long time talked about how Bob Dylan had no talent, couldn't sing, was off key, all of these things.
He's a great songwriter, though.
But again, because it was his truth. Like even someone like, to me, I love Kodak Black. Like, and some people, I don't understand. I get in debates about Kodak all the time.
You could actually compare Kodak to Bob Dylan.
Kodak and Bob Dylan.
He's kind of like the Bob Dylan of today.
Absolutely.
Absolutely. Now that you actually say it like that, I never thought of it before, but Kodak could really be today's Bob Dylan.
That's how I feel, man. And it's like, so I think a lot of times, and it actually, to me, it takes more to be an artist of today than an artist of the skill set era, because the skill set is like, it was easy to tell. Either you got skills, you won this battle, or you don't. Now it's like, I gotta come with some other shit. My song gotta be rocking, my backstory, my crew, it has to be so much more to become a true star. And because everyone's doing it to break through the clutter, you gotta be a real star.